Hi everybody, it's Christine here from chrisverdycards.net, and I thought we'd put together the two projects that come in the Paper Pumpkin Layered Leaves, which is the September 2017 Paper Pumpkin Kit. The first thing we're going to do is stamp this large leaf image. And I'm going to stamp that using the Cajun Craze. And I'm using the foam pad because this is photopolymer. It doesn't have natural foam behind it. So in order to get a good impression, we'll stamp with the pad. It's absolutely gorgeous today here in Ontario. I live in Barrie, Ontario. We went away for the weekend and just got back a few hours ago. And it's absolutely gorgeous out. And I'm in here stamping, which is typical. So I'll just stand up here, it'd be easier to line it up. Looks good for that one. Got a second one to do. So let's just ink up this stamp. And it doesn't have to be perfect. This is a watercolor look with the veins going on top of it. And in our leaf that we have, it looks like Blushing Bride, Cajun Craze in a watercolor effect on this maple leaf. The leaves in Ontario here now have started changing. They're all oranges and reds with the greens. And it's amazing how fast the summer went. And we're almost into the fall. It's only the 17th. It goes really fast. So the next thing we need to do is stamp our sentiments. So on this little tag, we're going to use the one that says, "Be filled with thanks each day." I'm going to stamp mine in soft suede, which is one of the colors. If I can get the pad open. And because these are photopolymer and we're using a tiny little thing, we should be able to line this up nicely. And stamp it down. This cute little tag. Give it a few seconds for the ink to transfer. That looks good. And the next one, clean it off with our chamois. The next one that we're going to stamp is the Keep Calm and Be Thankful. And we're going to stamp that onto our circle with the soft suede ink again. These are fall inspired colors. The colors that this kit use are Blushing Bride, Crushed Curry, Old Olive, Soft Suede, Cajun Craze, and now we've done all of our stamping. I can put this away. So in our instructions it says to stamp, so we've done that, step 1. Step 2 is to assemble the little bundles. So it looks like we take our stamped leaf, And we lay down a green leaf matching up the stems and our yellow leaf. And then once we get all this together, we take the outline of this gold foil and it looks like we lined it all up, but I think we'll put some layered dots just to make sure this all sticks together. I know a lot of you have said you don't like these dots, but they do work. And it's just a matter of keeping it in place. Should have put the dots on before I took the gold foil leaf, shouldn't I? These adhesive dots are really strong. They're just little spots of glue. And then we can put the gold foil leaf over the top. And then we take our twine, and it looks like we tie it around a little bit. Put our through the top of our tag, and it looks like 12 inches is a lot of twine. Probably a lot more than we need. And just tie a little bow. Trim up the ends and put some of the little mini pop dots on the back. Remove the adhesive. Take our little note card, and it looks like we just lay this on the top like this. And that's our first little project, little note card. You can either put it this way, or I imagine you could, if you want your little note card to open this way, but I kind of like my little 3x3s to open up in this manner. So that's the first project, and imagine we do something very similar with the second set of details. Just take the leaves, match up whichever way you want it to go, because these are your cards. And if we take our paper piercer, it makes it easier to get the glue dots, or at least it should make it easier to get the glue dots. And just put these on the back of take the backings off. I used to have a little garbage can that I used to drop these in, and one of my offspring decided that it was cute, and it seems to have disappeared. I have to get another one. Very easy to get from the dollar store. Kind of miss it a little bit though, because you end up with all these little backings from the dimensionals and from the spots, and they end up cling to everything. You find them in the kitchen, in the hallways. If we take our little gold detail leaf again, put this on top. Put our box together just by folding in these ends. It's already scored. And this called for about 30 inches of string. So we're going to wrap this around. This one here, we'll tie the bow. Actually, I'm going to put it underneath this side. And before you put this together, you'd want to put something inside of it, some kind of little treat. I don't find this twine very easy to tie a bow with. It goes a little funny. Then we're going to put our little tag on here. At least I'm going to. Tie a little bit of a knot. Trim off the ends a little, and then with this little piece, it looks like slide it behind, take the little crushed curry pin and clip that on there like that. And that's a nice little, two nice little projects for fall. They came just as the paper pumpkin said. Okay, so I thought we'd make another a card using this stamp set as something that you can do other than just make what the set comes with, although what it makes is nice. But if you want to use your creativity, we can try a little something else. So once again, we'll stamp onto the Blushing Bride Cajun Craze watercolored leaf. And we can take this little thank you and let's stamp that onto our little circle with the soft suede. So we've got that. And I have a piece of Whisper White, scored it at 4 1/4. It's half of an A4 card. And I always like to use some of this Post-it tape. And let's just run a couple of strips across here. Then we're going to take our little dauber, ink it up, and just put a little hint of color above the line and below the line. If you start on the Post-it tape, it makes a nice soft, you don't get these hard edges. Although sometimes the hard edges are nice. For this particular card, I don't think we want hard edges. And just kind of making this up as we go. So we can take off these pieces of Post-it tape and just move them down so that we mask off the area that we just sponged. Gives us a little strip, and let's see what we can do here. Now in this stamp set we also have this little leaf stamp, so let's do this. And we've got a couple of colors of ink, so let's do the crushed curry and just randomly stamp it around. Put some scatterings like falling leaves. Let's try some Blushing Bride. And just make sure they go off a little bit. Clean the stamp again. And put some old olive. And they can overlap a little bit, it's not going to hurt anything. They're just outline stamps. Okay, so I'm liking this. Close up the stamps because, as you can see, I'm a very inky stamper. I end up with ink all over me. And okay, so let's take this off and see what we have. Well, that's pretty good. So now we've got a little bit of a detail here. Maybe we can put this little element a little bit off to the side like this. And maybe put some spots on the back of this. Keep it all together where we wanted it. So I'll have it back. Sometimes stacking aren't that easy to get off. A little bit of use. Just put some of that there. Little collection of leaves there, and here's the one that we stamped. Maybe just put this take another dauber. Maybe go around the edge of this just to make it stand out a little more. And take some of the little pop dots. These little mini dimensionals. Take the backings off. And just put this down in this corner. You can take your time, arrange it a little better, but it gives you a little idea of something else that can be done. So, the original projects from the kit, one alternative. We've got our pillow box with our arrangement of leaves and keep calm and be thoughtful. We've got our little 3x3 note card, and we have an alternative card that we can send to someone, kind of fall themed, and that's the September paper pumpkin. You can visit me, my blog, chrisverdicards.net, and I'd be happy to see you over there.